Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with some more Rise of Mordor action for you today, and this is a glorious 3v3, or 3v2 I should say actually, it's 3v2. But we have the same number of men, 5,640 against 5,640. But yeah, this is a 3v2 on the map of Ethring that I was able to hop on and join with Celtic Warband, so many thanks to him for allowing me to join. It was a very fun battle, and as you can probably tell from the title, you know what unit excels very well, but it is still a really good battle and definitely worth sticking around to see who wins this when it comes down to the very last few units. So yeah, it is a really good replay, and yeah, so we'll have a quick look at the teams as the army's kind of set up. So we've got myself here as Dale, like I've been playing in the last few replays you may have seen of Rise of Mordor. I'm playing as Dale quite a lot. I found a new lot of love for Dale, especially with their bardings. So I really am. This is like the first time I think I'm trying them out on a siege though, which is going to be a little bit different. Obviously played a lot with them on the pitch battles, which I may not have shown off quite yet, but I've got some really good pitch battles with myself as Dale. Then I have my ally here, Azarian, playing as the Noldorian elves of Linden. They look glorious as ever. Really good. Can't get sick of them. And then we have over here, we have Celtic, who is playing as the dwarves of Erebor. And there you go, you've got his spear guard just there, setting up, getting ready. So they are the attackers. And then inside, I believe we have Noobnath, who is playing as Gondor. He is like all the way back here. He's defending like the second tier of defensively. So he's got his Citadel guards, and he's got these Fountain Guard here. And yeah, these units look amazing. Gondor being one of the original factions as well. Still looks really good. These Citadel Guard, like their shields look amazing. Can't get sick of them. And then we have his ally, who is Aiden, who's playing as Dol Amroth. So we've got two Gondorian like factions really. Dol Amroth obviously being like a vassal of Gondor. And they're facing off against, well, it's all good factions. There are no evil factions. No like Dol Guldur. There's no like Mordor or anyone else like that. So it's all good factions. And as you can see from the time, it is a really long battle. So definitely get your snacks and get your drinks and get ready for a really epic one. There will be some cuts, but I will say in advance, so it won't be that quite long, like 108 minutes long, but it will be still a long one, I imagine. I will make some cuts for some areas which are pretty dead. But I can certainly tell you that the beginning of this battle starts off quite nicely. We have a lot of action that goes on. So I am actually destroying this bit of the wall here. It's now just gone to 80%. I'm going to open this breach up to allow my cavalry, my Dale cavalry regiment, to get inside and do a lot of damage. And there are some infantry here waiting. Got some Haven Guard and some Seaward infantry, all really chevroned up, ready and waiting. And then we've got like more Seaward infantry over here. A lot of the Dol Amroth troops are really chevroned up. Because they had a lot more money, because obviously it's a 3v2. You can see over on the wall over here, we have the first bit of combat. We have the dwarves of Erebor facing off against the men of Gondor as they try and get a decent angle on this wall. But there you go. And also, if you're enjoying obviously seeing Rise of Mordor on the channel and would love to see some more Rise of Mordor or just Lord of the Rings action, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support. And don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss out on any of my vids, as I upload every single day. Yes, there you go. They're probably going to be fighting for quite a long time in that wall. They're both fairly well matched. Over here, we're already getting troops off the wall. You can see we've got these Noldorian spears. First of the wall by Azarian here. He's basically using these spears. Basically, if any cav comes down, he's got some anti-cav units available, like those spears. I'm also now getting my swords off the wall, as you can see here. I've opened a hole in the wall, and these Seaward infantry are actually falling back. They're going to let me in, and let me get a charge, but they are waiting with their Knights of the Silver Swan here, and these guys could do a lot of damage if they wanted to. So yeah, we'll see in a moment what happens there. You can see the Dale cavalry regiment coming in there. No, Dale's cavalry is not a match to this Swan Knight unit, but they'll be able to put up a decent fight, especially if it gets a good charge off. But I decide that I'm going to charge into the spear line here, I believe. Yeah, I'm going to send one unit, you can see, in over there against the cavalry, and then I'm going to send... Actually, no, I'm turning the unit around. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, I send the Dalian cavalry unit over here, but it's like half a unit fighting against a full unit of Swan Knights. It's even worse odds, which doesn't really help at all. But yeah, we will see what happens. But then I charge into this infantry line here with my other cavalry unit. And we start to do some decent damage. We've already killed 20 of those units, and it's going to drop. Now it's losing decisively. Do apologise for the lag. This replay's a little bit buggy. It's already crashed a few times, like on me, and like when I'm just trying to load it up, not even like trying to record it, just trying to load it up. It's crashed a few times, so it's going to be a bit temperamental, I feel. Yeah, my cavalry here then gets surrounded. I do countercharge to get some kills on this Swan Knight. I do get this one out, you can see, but yeah, I'm now going to just turn it around. I'm going to then go into the back of the spear unit, I think. Or, actually, it looks like I'm going to go down the street. Okay, I'm going to go down the street, maybe go around and do some rear charges. I do think. But yeah, so the seaward infantry units in square, not a good formation to hold when you're facing just lots of swords and stuff. And you can see I now have archers. I think I've got my bardings or marksmen or something. Yeah, I've got bardings here, just firing over the top. They're just shooting down and just destroying these poor seaward infantry in combat. Over here, you can see the dwarves still engaged. They are actually losing in combat here to these seaward infantry. They're so well sharpened up. I think this unit also like lost so many men to the tower. You can see like down this little alleyway there. Look how many dwarves just died because of that tower. So yeah, Celtic had a really rough time there with towers. But there is cavalry now on the inside, and they did not see this coming. They didn't see this Noldorian equestrian unit running down Tarnosi marksman. It's going to go absolutely mad, and there's another one in here as well, and they could go after this Knights of Imrahil, a solid unit to be going after. But yeah, they took the gate here, and they rushed their cavalry through, and they have cavalry now in behind. They can now charge like things like this Haven Guard, a really expensive unit, just got rear charged. Look at all those men that just got flattened. Most of them should get up, I imagine, but like chevrons don't matter if you get rear charged by cavalry, do not matter at all. So Knights of Imrahil, they're going to try and trap this Noldorian equestrian. Not a bad idea. But I mean, they've done a lot of damage. They could probably charge this Haven Guard again. I mean, the Haven Guard's not even going to move. Now it is. I don't know. No, it's just going to form some sort of circle. Fair enough. But the cavalry in here now facing off against each other. Knights of Imrahil, probably one of the best cavalry in the game. They should beat this Noldorian equestrian. This Haven Guard, they should just bounce off the cavalry again, just charge into this Haven Guard and then just pull through possibly. My cavalry has done just that. I basically ran through the back of the spear unit after running, like, breaking down some men. And just to get away from these seaward infantry, I did not want to be trapped by them. So I still have one cavalry unit alive. This one is very much dead. I am, like, focusing down the cavalry actually with artillery. Which probably is a little bit wasteful. I don't think I really hit anything. I actually have just hit a lot of my own men there. A lot of Dalian swords just got killed by the... Yeah, that one just about missed as well. Need to hold fire there. Basically just trying to deal with these Silver Swan because they are a real pain. This cavalry actually did survive. 18 men left. I don't know where I'm sending it next, but I need to just keep an eye on this breach point. So I brought my final cavalry unit, my Ravanian Regents. And they're just going to kind of make sure that nothing can come out of this choke point and attack my archers. I am now getting my archers onto the wall because I'm going to start trying to fire off some volleys into this big blob of troops here. These guys aren't even really fighting, but they look amazing with both these factions. I mean, you could argue that Dol Amroth looks really basic because it's just some plain steel like armor, but I think they look amazing. And these Dalian swords aren't actually fighting; they're kind of like fighting head side on. They need to like actually give a proper order. The dwarves over here lost, as you can see. I was now like telling my ally Azarian with his elves he needs to start rushing these retreating units because, well, we don't want them to get back. I don't know if they just realize that there's loads of different passageways that they can't hold or something like that. I do not know, but yeah, I'm going to this Dalian cavalry regiment here. I was about to charge into this unit here, but then Azarian at the last moment says just charge into this, like go into this sword unit here that's coming towards you. Like this sword unit here is running towards me, so you get really good bonuses. Like if you're going to charge infantry, like charge cavalry, that's a bad idea. But actually, it's just stop in time. Gets a nice charge, so does the cavalry. Yeah, that cavalry has done a nice little job there. I don't know how many they killed, actually. About another 20, you see. You kill quite a lot, but this cavalry's getting trapped quite badly. This is, yeah, it's going to lose men. Now you can see shock infantry coming in, these Noldorian swords. Basically, I pull out again, and I charge into the back of the spear unit here. I just don't want to get trapped by this dismounted Imrahil knight. I just don't want to get trapped, which is desperately what he's trying to do. You can see more cavalry over here, causing a lot of danger to the defenders. They've now got like archers and stuff that may get trapped if they're caught on the wrong side. Got a cavalry here, Noldorian equestrians, holding back the dismounted Knights at Imrahil and the Knights of the Silver Swan. I need to get some infantry up to support them, but my infantry is still getting stuck. I'm going to try and form column try and get through this gap, but it may be a bit of an issue. There's like Haven Guard here as well that's trapped on the wrong side. We really need to start pushing through and breaking them. The dwarves are really like pushing deep at this point. You can see they're getting run down by cavalry at the moment as well. Like so there's so much like cavalry action going on, so much micro going on at this point. Like, it was a really intense game at this point. I thought, wow, this is going to be a really good siege. But they're already nearly evacuating this far side of the city. There, you can see, like, Dol pulling back a lot of troops. He's going to get another charge off here, though, on his dwarves. The dwarves try and hold strong, but that's a really thin shield wall. That's just going to get broken through instantly. And these poor dwarves, they get cut down by cavalry just easily. They're so small in comparison to them. These poor men. So they'll break, you imagine, or at least be pretty battered. They've got more dwarves here fighting in combat. The dwarves are actually nearly out of troops, which is kind of surprising. They have, like, not got a lot of troops, which I guess is fair enough. They are quite elite. But, yeah, it's kind of worrying. We need every man we can get. Every man orc, every man dwarf and elf. We have the fellowship, basically. But they are getting surrounded, these swords now, so they should start to lose. Yeah, see, losing decisively. No infantry unit likes being surrounded. You can see there's so much cavalry still left. It goes Knights of Immerhill, the Silver Swan. So much cavalry. And now I have finally pushed on. This cavalry has been saved. My Dalian swords have come up. And we're now going to start our assault on these Knights of Immerhill. And there they are, the Men of Dale. Fighting for their king, and then they go, and they got the better charge off there against those Knights of Immerhill. But whether that'll be enough, these Knights of Immerhill are really good, and now we've got Haven Guard coming in. I mean, I'm really happy, like, that's a really good charge there by the Noldorian Impressions, nicely into the flank. I'm really happy that they are, like, committing these units, because these are two very expensive units. And I'm fine if they're going to commit them against these Dalian swords. I'll hold them in place and allow other areas that I'll break through eventually. Like, we could break through here, we're bringing up a lot of shock. I've got my swords in here against more dismounted Immerhill and Haven Guard. So, I mean, Dolan's throwing in a lot of expensive units early game to hold us back, which I find is a win-win. We've got like Grim Hammers over here. They could start to make some pushes. Certainly against a spear line here, could send them in. They get some really easy kills. Shock against spears, that's it's a no-brainer. You can see these Haven Guard here losing because they're getting charged by this cavalry, which is nearly about to die. But that's always good to see that the Haven Guard losing. Unless you're rooting for the defenders, then it's not a good thing to see Haven Guard breaking, or losing anyway. But yeah, my Dalian swords are starting to lose. That's no surprise. They're against triple gold chevron Knights of Immerhill. This is insane. And yeah, look what's waiting for us. We have so much to get through. We've got all these Gondor archers. Ithilien Rangers, which are already firing. What are they firing at? Oh, they're firing at the spear guards that are basically, I think they're forming up at this bridge to stop anything like here, just retreating across. Because these Gondor swords, if they beat this sword unit, they could probably then retreat across the bridge. But they're not going to get a chance because these spear guard will be here. These spear guard need to form like shield wall or something, because they're like, this armor is so thick for the spear guards. They will like take forever to like lose a single man. At this point, I'm bringing like my tiny unit of cavalry, 9 men. It's seen so much action. I'm going to try and bring it over and try and do some like hammering anvils. I think the plan was to go around here and rear charge that. And then we were worried about archers or something like that. I don't know. We're finally able to win on this wall. This was the first engagement in the entire battle. And this is actually where, well, this dwarf unit is basically just going to be up here the entire battle by the looks of it. Because there's 2 towers here, and this is going to be bugged with Ethering, I think, because you should be able to just walk on past and just go around and then eventually be able to come down here. But they've destroyed all these towers. All these towers have all been destroyed. So for some reason this dwarf unit eventually just gets trapped up here after killing this Gondor unit. So yeah, that was annoying because that was a very healthy axe warrior unit. It still has 96 men in it. We could use that, but yeah, you can see here, look at this mass rout. It's not rout, but mass retreat from Dol Amroth. Coward. He's retreating across the bridges, and he's going to defend this side. So it's going to turn into a bit of a grind from now on. You can see, like, look at that choke point that we've got to face. That's a really cool choke point with a nice balcony. But yeah, this is what we've got to face. More Citadel Guard, more Fountain Guard in there. So yeah, they are scary. Not want to face that choke point. But yeah, so I mean they've still got a lot of cav, have the defenders. They've got archers. Yeah, look at this. They've got 2 more units as Knights of the Silver Swan, and then they've got Knights of Hill and Knights of the Silver Swan again. That's with Dol Amroth though. So they have 4 units of cavalry. That's not including the generals, which they only have actually. I think there's Knight of the Silver Swan for Gondor, but I think the general for Dol Amroth is a Imrahil Knight. But yeah, we need to catch some of this stuff. We're catching like this sword unit here. This Seaward will knock it out. We might be able to catch this one, this Imrahil Knight. As you can see, they're getting stuck on this bridge. Just look at the numbers just trying to get across. They're running for it. But yeah, this unit decides to turn around. Yeah, they probably should have gone and chased these guys down. Might have been able to reach them before they set up. But there is already like a perfectly good setup formation here ready. But they've lost like, what have they lost, the defenders? They've lost about 2,000 men in a moment, and we will have lost, we've lost about 1,300, and they're retreating. So I think that's pretty good odds, to be honest. I mean, they're going to retreat to this point here, which is going to be really hard for us to assault. You can see we've got crossbows up now for the dwarves. The dwarves' crossbows are really good at firing like, firing basically point blank range. But this is still a bit of an awkward angle because they can't fire over this bridge. They're actually, like the Gondor infantry, if you get to their point of view, they're below. They're like in a trench almost because it's this bridge. So the dwarves, they don't still have the greatest angle. They could do everything on a wall, but there's no walls really nearby apart from these ones, but they're behind. So yeah, still have a bit of an issue. These Ravanian regions, which is my last real unit of cavalry, about a rear charge. This final sword unit that's stuck on the wrong side of the river. Got Bardings in here. I think I accidentally sent these Bardings in, but they're pretty good in combat. They'll be fine there. And there goes the Ravanian regions. And yeah, that's just rear charge and destroyed that entire Seaward infantry unit. So they're finished. And yeah, we can now just get everything out of there. And now I think we hold this. We now do hold this side of the river. So we're taking it quite successfully, really. I mean, yeah, this is the final unit just breaking here, Gondor swords. So we took that quite successfully. Didn't help that Gondor, I think, didn't decide to help on this side. If he defended this side, then the cavalry couldn't have broken through. And then Dol Amroth would have held this side of the river for a lot longer. But now starts the skirmish phase, really. So, I mean, I've already set up my Bardings. You can see here, Bardings, which are already down to half ammo. I mean, some are actually even lower than that. I've been firing, I think, at a lot of stuff I didn't really need to be firing at. Especially with pikes yet to come. So yeah, these Fountain Guard are my prime target. I'm basically going to be trying to focus these guys down with Bardings. I still have my artillery somewhere. He's all the way back there. He's moving up slowly. Still has about a quarter ammo. But we have a lot of other archers, like Noldorian archers here, with ammo. So yeah, we should be okay. I mean, these are trained archers. They're not as good as like Wooden Realm, but they're still good. Actually, there's a lot of Noldorian archers here. Wow, they have a lot of... Yeah, they've just brought all their archers in. They haven't actually used a single shot yet. The crossbows, they're pretty good as well. They can get a really good angle. Very good at armor piercing. Oh my gosh, I just came over here, and like the blood just all appeared. So yeah, wow, that is that's kind of scary. But yeah, these guys are really bloodied up. They are starting to lose a few men. But again, they have really good ammo, so it's kind of a waste of ammo to shoot the dwarves. You better, well, I mean, it's not, but like certainly shooting the crossbows as well. Not really a good use of your ammo. I'm now actually firing these Bardings. I think I'm firing all the way over here at these Fountain Guard, which I am getting a few kills, but not many. Mainly because I think this one fell back, so I was like, right, let's just... Well, actually, I'm still shooting this one as well. But yeah, so this is kind of where it slows down a little bit. So I'm going to make a little cut. I don't know how long, can't exactly remember how long it is until we actually send in infantry. But yeah, I'm going to just cut because it's just a skirmish phase now, and I don't think you guys really want to see that. So I will see you in a moment. So it wasn't a long cut, and here we go. The elves are already sending across some units. They get focused down with arrows, and coming behind is some of my Dalian swords as well. But yeah, these elves are getting focused down. I love that they're in like this shield wall, marching forward, and they are going to be facing some Citadel Guards. So some equally good spears. And they've got pikes available if they need them. And they've got more spears here with Dol Amroth. But yeah, these guys are getting focused down. They're already like losing decisively before they even got to combat apparently. But yeah, they're getting focused down by just about all these archers here. There's just so many that they have available. Tarnosian marksmen, Gondor archers, all sorts. They can just fire over this little slope Well, not even slow, just his buildings, and then he can get some good kills. But there you go, first bit of combat. We now have actually got cavalry as well coming out from. This is from Dol Amroth. He's focusing, getting focused down by crossbows. He's actually working in favor of the crossbows, giving them a good angle to shoot out. But these crossbows need to start getting back. You can see the spears coming up. And I think I have my Ravanian region, you can see over here, is ready and is coming over here. But yes, you can see the cavalry is now going to try and get in here. And it's going to try and break through. It's got some of the crossbows, did trap some of them. The spears now are engaged. They do need to be careful that they're, because they're engaged with spears. Yeah, this crossbow is pretty well hit. That's actually the sword unit as well. The sword units that were there. But I'm now sending over my Ravanian region. Just going to chase these guys down. I'm not going to allow this Knights of the Silver Swan to get as many kills. It has lost already like 20 men. I mean, he's got a decent amount of kills on these crossbows. Actually, he's going to get another good charge there. Well, actually, that was an okay charge. That wasn't amazing. But yeah, they're being chased down by spears now. It'd be a really good idea to send another cavalry unit now. Like, now that we are actually we've got the spear unit dragged away, the archers are no longer here. They're all trying to chase this down. My cavalry also needs to be chasing this down. I don't know why it stopped. Maybe I didn't give it the attack order. There we go. But yeah, so they should send another one out, because then we have like nothing to stop it. Because they could just then come out, charge the sword unit here, and then just carry on running around. Really, Erebor should set up another spear unit to just defend the bridges. Make sure the cavalry can't, another one couldn't come across. You see here, they're now setting up, they're baiting these swords, I think. I just charged into the back of my own ally to get through. It was a bit of a, yeah, shouldn't have really stopped there. You should have carried on charging with the spears. But I have trapped him in combat. So these Ravanian regents will now be able to pin down this cavalry and hopefully win. So we'll quickly go and have a look at what's going on the bridge. The pikes are now back up for Gondor, and I'm quite happily shooting them with the bardings. We are struggling a little bit here trying to break through. See a lot of bodies down there for Gondor. And, oh, that was a friendly fire shot. That was a better shot. Look at that one. Such a good hit. Giving some really good hits there onto the Vanguard and onto the Citadel Guard with my artillery. I was really happy with that shot. Oh yeah, I think these elves and men are going to need to be reinforced eventually. You can see they are starting to lose men, and Dol Amroth was telling their Gondor ally to fall back the Fountain Guard. They're already lost 40 men, getting focused down with arrows. Yeah, look at that, already down to 99. You could drop even more of these bardings. Now that they're in the open, they're so much easier to hit. 96, I think they're gonna survive on and hide back behind this building. Oh no, 95. There you go. But yeah, that cavalry I think has now been dealt with. I think we've just killed it. The Ravanian region's basically just cleaned up house. And now the dwarves can go back to their original setting. Though, like I said, I feel like Gondor should have sent one over, or Dol Amroth should have sent his knights to Imrahil. Could have gone over and he could have done more havoc. 2 cavalry units over there would have been possibly one too many for us to deal with. It may have helped. I think my bardings at this point are like is desperately trying to find the pikes, and they can't find them. I think they're run all the way back somewhere. Oh, they're just there. They're actually not quite out of range. Yeah, these bardings just desperately trying to go. We now got shock infantry coming up. Got some Noldorian swords. These look at this. The bardings are firing on the move. It's pretty insane. But here comes some shock infantry. The main infantry for Noldor, for the Noldorians, for Linden, I should say. These guys are awesome. Them going in, they will certainly help fight against these Imrahil Knights, which is why we sent up the shock infantry as a counter to the Imrahil Knights now being sent in. So I believe most of the fighting goes on in this area now for a large portion of the time. I don't think we send any infantry. Oh, no. As I say it, we send across a load of infantry on this flank. So we've got lots of spear guard coming across. We've got shock infantry for the elves and the dwarves. All coming across. We've got grim hammers over here. Grim hammers against Gondor spears. Grim hammers should win this fight. Oh, there's pikes in here, though. There are pikes. More fountain guard up here. So, yeah, basically any available options would just kill these fountain guard. They need killing. These grim hammers just taking names, though. Dwarves and elves fighting side by side against men. What blasphemy is this? See these units here getting focused down with arrows. So they're blobbing up far too much here. This is serious blobbing. This is costing us a lot of men. Again, here, look at this. Zarian's like losing a lot of archers, a lot of infantry here just to archer fire. He needs to be really careful. See, look at all these just guys with arrows poking out, and they're really weak. They'll probably die quite quickly in that combat because they're getting like focused down. That's a unit that I don't know how high that, like how many men that had, but it was fairly healthy. And it's down to 30 men, 27 men before it gets into combat. That's never a good sign. But they're falling back their pikes again though, so this is really good. It's going to allow our shock infantry to get some good kills apparently, or hopefully. But I mean, it's hard to say. It's hard to say what's going to happen. Fountain Guard back in. They're only gone for a small amount of time. That Elven unit's already broken. You can see they're breaking it. 19 men. Lost so many men. I think at this point, I'm slowly wheeling my catapult over to the far side, or I'm going to start wheeling over. I think I was getting focused down a little bit on this side. I also wasn't getting great angles, maybe because it's just a really small choke point to aim for. This mountain Immerhill Knights though are losing against these elves, so that's a big win. If we send one more unit possibly over there, we might be able to just force them out. And there you go, I'm sending a small unit of Delian swords. It's already pretty weak. Gonna send that over. I'm gonna just basically try and weaken them down. I've got all these bardings here. I think I've got them firing on the flank, trying to deal with this this Fountain Guard. I've got more archers here as well. Marksmen of Dale coming up. They're coming to try and focus down these pikes. I just want to get rid of them so my allies can get through, because they are really struggling. They're getting focused down. They need to stop sending more troops in. What they have in on, certainly on the right flank, is enough. Certainly on the left flank as well should be enough. Just need a unit in there. Let them do the blobbing, because this is serious blobbing by them. There's a lot of spears, a lot of pikes in here. Let them blob. I'll kill them with my archers. Yeah, there you go. That is a pretty brutal choke point. And there you go. We're nearly going to break through this Immerhill Knight. But as we thought, we were like perfect. We've broken through. No. Another unit appears. Seaward Infantry with spears. And they'll hold the line. They're already pretty bloodied up. Look at that. That line of spears, shocks, swords, all going in there. And now they're going to be fighting against the Immerhill Knights. And now the spears are going to go into support. More reserves getting ready. Looks like more shock infantry coming up for the elves. You need to be careful they don't get focused down. They need to get in there straight away. I mean, we're winning in this area, but I mean, I don't know if this needs more men really. Again, Noldorian swords going up. Possibly don't need to be sent in just yet. Fountain Guard here though, down to 76 men. We've been focusing down really nicely at this point. I've now got my artillery over here. My onager has still got a little bit of ammo. And I'm using my archers as much as possible as well, trying to get as many kills. I've got like the elven archers over here as well. We're just trying to use as many arrows. We're gonna block out the sun with arrows by the looks of it, and hopefully I can get a decent shot with artillery onto like any of these units. I think I'm gonna fire at not actually the pikes, but this reserve unit of Seaward Infantry that's was just here. I mean, it's actually getting sent in. It's not even gonna be a reserve. Oh no, there you go. There you go. Hopefully this unit can just there we go. Shots coming in. Not a bad one. Wasn't a bad one. We've got about, I don't know, 6 or so men. Could do with better though. Could do with better. But we are slowly running out of ammo. We're not even fighting them here anymore. The pikes are just stopping these units from like engaging, and these units are just getting thoroughly shot by the archers here. Like there's so many like Ithilien Rangers, Gondor archers. I mean, they're slowly running out of ammo. They're bleeding through a lot, but they've killed a lot of us. We still have a fair amount of reserves, but I'm not happy with the amount of reserves we have left, especially when we still have like some pretty nasty choke points to come up against. We need to break through one of these areas, and then it's looking good. We'll watch the elves here fight on against Dol Amroth. And here comes Dale, sending in the boys. Sending in the boys. They'll do their best. But we are slowly breaking through. The pikes are gone. They have broken at 5 men. They have gone. And now the spears are starting to break. And this choke point is looking very unattainable. Like very, very quickly. The Seaward Infantry needs to go in if they want to hold this area. We're finally, like, these Grimhammers down to 1 man, 2 men. They're getting absolutely butchered. Doesn't help that they've been like killed by so many like arrows and stuff. But yeah, look at that line. Look at the bodies into there. They're just not even like fighting. There's no attack orders being given, which I don't think is helping. They need to actually go in and do their attacks. Like, the Spear Guard need to actually attack. They break through so much quicker. Over on this side, we're running out of troops here as well. I think there's a lot of arrows that are probably like being fired off here by Bardings that are probably getting a lot of friendly fire. There's so many bodies here. You can see these tiny units being sent back in. Like, you broke them once, we'll break again. I dare you.
The enemy have rallied their units.
But yeah, so we have finally sort of broken through. We're across the bridge. And it's just this tiny unit that's not even looking the right way that's holding us back. Come on, we just need to break through. Just push on through. And we can surround this unit. And then the bridge is ours. So we are nearly across. And we're nearly through here as well. You can see spears are starting to lose again. They're sending in more Seaward Infantry. Numbers are okay. We've got 1,000 men difference. We could do with a bit more, I think. But yeah, here we go. I'm sending in my cavalry. My Ravanian regents are across the bridge, and they are now into these Gondor archers, so this is a really good sign. Their armor's so weird, the Ravanian regents. I kind of like it, but I'm not really sure. These Gondor archers, they won't hold. Need some. We've got some infantry now. I should really pull these archers out. Go for these Athenian rangers that are just here. Really, or just to support any fighting against this cavalry, because this cavalry is starting to well, look like it's going to be needed if they're going to have to try and like reclaim any ground, maybe get back to the bridge. They're going to need a good charge with like their 4 units of cavalry that they have. And look at this tiny unit of Grimhammers here, just getting executed. Oh my gosh, all 6 of the Grimhammers, they just got executed by Athenian rangers. I mean, look at the arrows that just went into that poor guy. Got like, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 arrows into him. Poor, poor man. And here we go. We've got the Ravanian regents now flying forward, and they're into combat with the Athenian rangers. And now they've got some shipwright nobles coming up as well. Got some of the elite Linden troops coming up. And the cavalry is coming in. The Knights of the Silver Swan are going to go in. And they're going to try and get a charge on the flank. I think I turned my... No, I sort of turned my Ravanian regents at the last moment. Sort of stopped the charge. But not like massively. So the shipwright nobles still take a bit of a beating. But now that these cavalry's in combat, and they've got infantry here with cavalry, just like Ravanian regents are now in combat with infantry supports. They should beat these Knights of Silver Swan. Ravanian regents are probably on par with Silver Swan, maybe a little bit better, because you can only bring one of them. And I'm actually falling them back down to 43 men. I'm going to fall them back because I don't really need them here anymore. I'm going to fall them back and just get them out of combat. I think they're getting shot quite a bit by other archers. Yeah, the cavalry here is actually winning apparently, but there is spears now that are joining the fight. And they're actually using cavalry here, you can see, to hold this flank. That's a bad sign. They should bring up some of these Haven Guard and some other stuff. Just get them to hold the flank if they need to. More cavalry is arriving, so I think I'm about to send my Ravanian regents back the way they came. And you can see these Knights of the Swan going to get involved. So there'll be 2 units in here. You can see, yeah, the unit is now losing decisively because it's got archers and spears focusing it down. The cavalry getting stopped again by my Ravanian regents. I'm not letting it through this choke point. It's a tiny little choke point. It's not getting through. So many Swan Knights in this area. And this is, I think this is Dol Amroth. No, this is Gondors. I think the first one might have been Dol Amroth. No, they're both Gondors. Okay. Both Gondors. Oh yeah, Dol Amroth has just got the Knights at Imrahil left. So that's, I mean, it's still a strong unit. We've still got to deal with them. That's the problem. We've got so many more spears. I demanded like as many spear guards to like get up here as possible. We need to kill this cavalry and kill it quickly. See the dwarves just like clustered in here, surrounded by huge war horses. They're probably like, oh my god! It's a bit like Gimli when he's surrounded by all the Rohirrim and the 2 towers. It's still not even broken through the Sicilian Ranger. They're actually pretty good in it's not Sicilian Rangers, Gondor Archers, sorry. These Gondor Archers are pretty good in combat. I mean, they are fighting, they're actually fighting dwarves and bardings, so some pretty superior units. And they're still holding, so I mean, that's pretty well, like, good of them. These bardings here getting, these are Marksman and Dale, getting really close. Don't know what we're firing at, whether we're going to fire at the carrying behind, because there's a general there. Knights of the Silver Swan, and like, Gondor's general, ready. Let's have a volley, men. Yeah, that's definitely at the general. You can see there, getting focused down. That's a good charge into a unit of dwarves that's charging head on. I think Celtic decided that he was going to do this because it was better than getting rear charged. And I honestly think it's probably worse to like charge a unit of charging cavalry than to be rear charged. I think it's a lot more devastating to be beaten, be charging the cavalry as well. But yeah, send my Ravanian regents in here again to stop the Silver Swan. I think they were trying to get around this flank, but they ended up charging the swords. The cavalry is losing here. This is a good sign. It's a lot of expensive stuff they're throwing in here that's not getting used properly. We've got so many archers and crossbows coming over just to focus down this cavalry, like it was, and especially this general. Like this general here, Gondor's general, big win if we can kill him. And this Imrahil Knight, yeah, it just phased through the wall. You can see what's happening here. Like, they're just phasing through the wall. There's a spot in this wall here that you can go inside and out. It's like it acts like a gate almost. It's a little sneaky thing you can learn with Ethring there. So you could hide some units like out here in the forest and like some cavalry. And then once the attackers think they've broken through and they're like into this spot, you could then just bring the cavalry inside and you could just do some rear charges or whatever. It'd be a really cool tactic to try. A little secret door that I've just told you guys about. This cavalry's still holding. Against spears, they should have just pulled out. And now they're in. We're on to the Citadel Guard on this side. Good unit if we can kill off this as well. Very expensive. This will hold for a long time as well. Big shields. Good armor. And solid morale. I think they got archer support as well. We're still holding, like, still trying to force them back in this area here. We have now taken the bridge, though. We're now, like, away from the foot of the bridge. And we're now a little way back, like, down the bridge. And we've got Haven Guard and Seaward Infantry in here trying to hold back a whole host of different things. We've got archers, we've got swords, we've got shock. They're throwing in archers as well. But yeah, we are slowly wearing them down. At this point, they're down to, like, a few archers, some pikes, some spears, and some swords. Like a good host, like, mix of stuff. But, like, I'm quite happy where we are. I mean, this cavalry's still a problem. We could really do with rushing by and just getting, like, getting my Ravanian regions. So down to 28 men. I could do with rushing them out, dealing with this cavalry, and maybe pushing on. Seeing if I can get some more cavalry into combat and lure them in. Because I'm really, like, enjoying watching this cavalry get killed off by spear guards. So I have got my Lake Town guards in it now. We throw in so much stuff into just killing this cavalry. And respect to the cavalry that it holds this long. I think I can hear more cavalry coming up. Yeah. So here we go. The Knights of Imrahil are arriving. I now again have got my Ravanian regents on the flank. Pulled them out of combat. They are ready to stop any charge from the Knights of Imrahil. And I think at this point I requested more spear guards or more crossbows. I think I actually asked for more crossbows. And here we go. We're going to have a charge here down this little alleyway. It wasn't a great charge, actually. I don't think either side was really actually ready. We didn't actually think either side was going to attack. I was like, surely he won't attack. But he did. And here we go. Knights of Imrahil are now in combat against Ravanian Regents. He will win this fight. He has the numbers and the quality. But here we go. Here's a whole host of stuff coming. We've got shipwrights. We've got Lake Down Guard. We've got spear guards. But here we go. The spear guards going back the way. The Lake Down Guards alone should be enough. Shock infantry against cavalry and prolonged melee. Shock infantry will win that every time. Even cheap units like Lake Town, sorry. Lake Town Guard. I love their helmets. It's so funny. Funny shape. It's like a halberd, like shock infantry almost. Because they don't hold it over their shoulder. Like the elves hold their like double-handed sword over their shoulder. These guys have it like hold their almost like a spear. It's an interesting shock unit. But there you go. We finally beaten this cavalry. I'm setting up Marksman of Dale here, and I'm going to. I think I'm actually just going to try and shoot down the general. We've got spear guards. You can see they're going to turn around this corner, and they're going to rear charge those Imrahil Knights. It's a really good charge to go for. So we'll see that in a moment. We're about to break through here again. These archers are losing. The Haven Guard are running low on numbers, so that is a really good sign. And here we go. Looks like the spear guards are ready for this charge. I would not want to be one of these Knights of Imrahil right now. Just about to witness a really brutal murder. And it's the murderer is you are the victim if you're an Imrahil Knight. I mean, they're taking their time. There we go. In they come. And in come the dwarves. Tiny little men. Tiny little legs. Oh, this street's really hard to get a nice angle. But there we go. That'll do. And yeah, this cavalry unit's probably losing decisively now. Yeah, look at that. Losing. And this is a unit that costs way, like into the thousands. It's not into the thousands. It's like 1,700 or something like that, I'm pretty sure. It costs a lot. And you can only bring one of it. It's an elite cavalry unit. So to see that die, that's a big loss for Dol Amroth. I mean, they are running out of areas where they can use cavalry. They are basically falling back to this choke point here. And this is... kind of like it, really, for the defense. They've got a few other assets, but you can see that they're trying to bait the Gondor general here. They're going to just put some spear units up that are pretty small, pretty easy to take on. And I think the Gondor general is going to risk it. He's going to risk trying to take out this this spear guard here, which, I mean, it's only 53 men. Could do it, even if it is spears. They need to form a shield wall. But look at that! They just stop it dead in their tracks. They stop the general charge dead in the track. Don't even get a single kill, like a kill on the cavalry, on the spear guard. Sorry, and they just stabbing these poor Knights of Silver Swan. They killed a lot of them, down to 29 men. They just got stabbed the hell up. But yeah, so there we go. That was a really good play there by Celtic. With his spear guards. I didn't think it was going to work. I was like, well, that's goodbye to one of those spear guards. But apparently not. And we're nearly through here. It's taken so many lives just to get through. This is such a good point to hold as well. Look at the bodies. Look at the, river of bodies. That, just trails after the combat. And a lot of them are our men. I'd say there's a lot more bodies for the attackers than there are defenders in this area. And yeah, there you go. Those Tarnosi marksmen are gone. And anything that's left this side is kind of doomed. This Citadel Guard's doomed. That archer unit's doomed. But everything else has got back here. And this is then the next line of defense that we need to assault. And this is the final one. There is the cap point. Kind of just in front of this grand palace. So yeah, this is it really. It'd be really cool if we could put archers up here on this cliff and just fire into the back of all these units here, because it's a really hard angle that we have now to fire. Like, we just got, this will be a good area for the crossbows to prosper, because they can just get set straight up here if they need to, and just focus down these pikes and archer and these spears. I mean, hopefully they can get some good shots. But yeah, I mean, could you actually get up here? No, there isn't. It's not. It's far too steep. They made sure it's too steep to climb, which is a bit of a shame. We've got a little bit of artillery left as well, so I mean that also will be very useful. I literally have the smallest of slithers of ammo, but I made sure to keep a little bit because I had a feeling they were going to fall back here. This is actually the first time I've ever actually got to this stage of an Ethering battle. Usually, the enemies usually die at the bridge and just they kind of like die there. A general has died, so yeah, that is actually Gondor's general has just died there. He got shot in a volley. I think that was from elven archers or something like that. I wasn't actually quite sure. Might have been my bardings. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, he just got focused down, one volley, and he died. And it was like, I think there's only 3 guys that died. No, 1 man died, and it was the general that died. That was so unlucky for Gondor, and he's got most of the troops left, so that's going to make it even harder for the defenders. And you can see lots of these arrows as well. You need to be careful. A lot of these arrows just flying into the top of this balcony and just bouncing off. So they need to be really careful about using their ammo. They're possibly being a little bit wasteful. See if we can see another volley that proves what I'm saying. We're kind of having the same issue. We're actually firing at units further back here. There you go. No, that one was actually okay. That one went short. I think it was just because the unit was moving up or something. Yeah, certainly some of these shots are hitting the balcony. But yeah, we're now basically onto the final defensive. We just won everything over there. And I decided to do the phase round a marksman of Dale just for the culture, to see what happened. And I'm going to set it up here at this bit, and I'm going to try and fire over the walls just to see whether you can do it. It's more for science to see whether it can be done. And in we go. I'm sending in like bardings and stuff. These guys are going in first. I don't know really why I sent them in first. They're good infantry. This is good, and they're going to do really poorly against pikes. So I think at a moment I fall them back, I realised that why was I doing that? That was just a stupid decision. And they also have really good abilities like encourage and stuff, which I really want to hold on to. These Dalian swords might be better going in against like this line here. But look at that line, waiting for us. That is a nasty line filled with Gondor pikes and spears. Actually, maybe I don't fall back the bardings. Looks like they're going to stay here. I can hear more stuff coming in. Oh, there we go. So the Dalians do go in. And they have 2 units of pikes in here to Gondor. They have 2 units that stretch, I think they stretch the length of this choke point so they can get as many pikes used as possible. I possibly would have just had one on one side and one on the other, but actually what they've done is pretty good as well. There are certainly some pikes here that could be definitely shot up. We need to get what ammo we have left. I don't know how much we have. I think I'm running out with my bardings. My marksmen obviously have a little bit. I was walking around here. My bardings have a little sliver left. The elven archers, where are they? They had supposedly quite a lot. They're actually not got a great angle here. I don't know what they're firing. They're firing over a building, which is not a good idea. More elven archers here though, with a fair amount of ammo. Some here as well, and the onager. What I was really looking forward to seeing is, where are they? Yeah, these crossbows, I mean, they've got a little bit of ammo. Actually, this one's basically out. This one here has a decent amount. But yeah, we could do with getting every archer up just to fire point-blank range at those pikes, just to weaken them. You see the dwarves going in. They're going to try and deal with these pikes. The dwarves are always like to be the first ones in and the last ones out. There's an artillery piece going off. That actually was a pretty good shot. I think I was firing like normal shot for that first one, but I think I changed the moment to firearm. I probably should have stuck to normal shot. But at least fire like does a bit more splash damage. Yeah, you can see these dwarves get absolutely chopped down by the pikes. Just chewed up. That one hit a few Immerhill Knights, but nothing like major. But yeah, this is an insanely like big choke point. I mean, a lot of men being thrown in here. I just want to see another shot from the artillery. Got about one more in it, I would say. Is it going to fire? Maybe. These infantry all have really good discipline. Even with no general, these guys apparently have like some solid morale, and it's going to be a long time to break through this. There's a long time left in the replay. This will be probably when I do like the next cut. Will be in a moment. I just want to see this final artillery shot. I feel like you guys might want to see it. Just final artillery shot, and well then I'll do a cut, and I'll cut to probably like another bit where there's not really a development, but you can see like where where the battle is at another stage, because this is just a huge choke point that comes down to this, and I don't want to show an hour's worth of stuff. It's just a choke point fight. I mean, some people enjoy it, but I know that the majority of you will not want to see this. It is an absolute grind. The artillery is moving up. Actually, I don't even think we're going to see a shot anytime soon. You can see that the numbers of pikes not dropping significantly, only losing like 20. This one I think had about 80 or 90 men in it. So that's lost about 20 to 30 men. My marksmen of Dale can fire from over here. They're actually obstructed, but they can fire from over here, and they are actually hitting some of these Fountain Guard. They're not like masses, but they are doing it. We're going to see a shot with that final unit of onagers. I don't know. They seem very excited. Yeah, I'd say we're going to see it now. Or maybe not. It's going to move up even more. I think it would have been okay where it is. There's a lot to kill. You can see like there's Tarnosi marksmen and knights at Immerhill. They're gone into the front line to fight, and then just like occasionally if you break through that little bit like thin blue line of the defenders, then you meet the pike line. That's just devastating. That's even worse to face. Where's the shots? The artillery. Not appearing yet. Oh, there we go. Final shot. And yeah, they were not great. This one here, getting a lot of friendly fire. That one did hit. This one also got a little bit of a mix of friendly fire and kills. But this one got full kills. And an allies general has died. I believe that is the dwarven general has just died in combat there. Real shame. It sounds really weird. It sounds like you're underwater when you're on this side. Then you go back this side. But yeah, that is kind of where I'm going to cut it for now, and I will show you again when the next sort of like major stuff happens. So I'll see you guys in a moment. So we are back, and yet still in the same choke point. We are still here in the same choke point, still watching as like the Gondorians and Dol troops are cutting down our troops. And we now have some elves that have phased out of the wall and are now firing on the flank, and they're actually doing some good work. They're actually getting some good angles onto some of these pikes and stuff like that. They're getting some decent kills. Actually dropping the Fountain Guard numbers quite a lot. 39 in this one now. And this one's down to 113. So they've dropped a fair amount. They're still very protected though, like deep in that formation there. But yeah, we are running low on dwarves, especially. They've actually sent in their crossbows because the crossbows just can't get any good angles. We were desperately trying to find them some good angles to fire with, but just couldn't get them. We had like units, we had the men like fall back, like, well, not even fall back, but like at the very beginning we'd like had them shooting. They still couldn't really get great angles. Then they weren't firing, so we just sent them in. Crossbows I just think are really good on like walls, and that's it. I mean, you have to have this like, it doesn't help that this is like a random hill here as you come up. Doesn't really help. So yeah, so we sent them in, and I think the dwarves are like down to like very few crossbows. There's literally 7 in this unit here. There is 10 in that one, and that is it for dwarves on the battlefield. They do have their unit of swords over here, which we just don't mention. That is actually still here, but that is yeah, we don't mention that. We have a Noldorian sword here. We have a 1-man Noldorian sword here. That's quite funny. So yeah, we start to in a moment. You'll start to see that we start to set up some like weird little fellowships and just little duels going on. You can see here there's literally 1 crossbowman left. This is the final dwarf that can go into battle. Here he is. He's a crossbowman, and that is we named him Gimli. So he's gonna load his crossbow, and he just fires a shot. I think he just fires and doesn't get a kill. Probably kills one of his own men, knowing our luck. But yeah, there you go. There is Gimli doing his bit. So Gimli is the first of the fellowship we find, or decide to name. I think the next one is that Noldorian sword over there. He is like our Legolas. Yes, we'll stay and watch this choke point for a little bit more. Enjoy it. I'm enjoying watching this this choke point fight go on. It's very fun to watch. Very bloody. Look at like just the mess that is going on in here. And this was a real grind. This was like a battle that lasted like 4 hours in like real time. The choke point was just so long and prolonged. Like, I think it's like 2 hours in game time, but it's like 4 hours in real time, like with all the lag and such like. So yeah, it was a brutal fight for this choke point. And like they're only just starting to waver some of these units, and there's still a fair amount of time left on. There will be at least another cut or 2 I'll do, because again, this is just a big choke point fight, and yeah, it's not like insanely enjoyable to watch. We basically ended up just as we decided, like I said, we started doing little duels and stuff like that outside the battle, like the main battle, just because we got that bored just watching this. It was just so long and well, not boring, but just so long, and just like there was nothing new going on. There's just no micro to do. I've got most of the troops left for our army. I've got some fairly fresh alien swords that I've kept in reserve. I've got my marksman of Dale as well, all now out of ammo. I've got my Vinland Guard general here. But yeah, I think we're all out of ammo on stuff. So yeah, this is it. This is gonna be what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to grind through. It's a real shame none of us came as like an evil faction, because I'm trying to like get an angle. I guess it's annoying, this balcony. The camera is just so annoying. But yeah, what I was saying was it's quite annoying that none of us did play as like an evil faction, like Dol Guldur, or maybe or even Mordor, because then you have polearm and pike units available, and they would have been able to counter the Fountain Guard, which would have been so useful. Now looking at it in hindsight, I really actually might have played Dol Guldur, because they're quite a fun faction. They've got some strong shock infantry and swords, so yeah, it would have been quite fun to play them. Haven't really played them much, but certainly this would have been a good scenario for them, especially when it comes to this last stand of pikes. But yeah, I could have brought pikes as Dale, but their pikes are so weak. They're not really good at all. Like in comparison to the Fountain Guard here, they are like really bad. They have got like very little armor. Apologies there. There you go. We had another cut. Like the replay just decided to crash just straight after that. After I was just talking about Dol Guldur, it clearly didn't like me having Dol Guldur in this. Like mentioning them in this battle, but we're back anyway, so it didn't take me too long to get back to this point. And yeah, you can see that we're still fighting this choke point. Nothing's changed. Why do I bother to tell you? But yes, here you can go. You can see I've got our Legolas, and we now have our Gimli, just one little men. The Fellowship are starting to be assembled, and I think at some point we will find our Aragorn. But I think we're about to see maybe one of the first like duels go on in a moment. I think we're about to see one of the first duels take place. which is this dismounted Imrahil Knight, which is just like a one-man unit. And I think he gets sent up against one of these, I think he gets sent up against Legolas or something like that. So, I don't know. I will have to see. I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure a duel is about to happen. Also, this weird formation happened. This is just like a, I don't know, weird huddle that just started happening. I'm not, yeah, exactly. Not exactly sure what happened here. This map's just a weird one. This good old grind just goes on. It looks glorious though. Mod does look glorious. I mean, it does for me anyway. Like YouTube downgrades the graphics every time you upload. Sorry. So it's so frustrating. So frustrating to like, if for you guys it may not look as good, but for me the mod looks amazing. That's why I recommend you go and get it so you can experience it for yourself. But it does look great. It does look great. But yeah, you can see that the Knight of Imrahil is coming forward. We're gonna have the first of our duels here, and I think he goes up against Legolas, our Noldorian sword. He's pretty bloodied up though, is this Knight of Imrahil. So yeah, I think they're gonna fight, and like the Vinland Guard is gonna watch. They're gonna be like the referees along with Gimli. So here we go. We've got like the charge. Knight of Imrahil gets the charge off. Lyndon's very much on the defensive here. And they're cheering in the background are the Vinland Guard. That's really cool. Who's going to win? Put your bets. Who do you think is going to win this little fight? And there you go. Legolas has won. He chops the Knight of Imrahil's head. And he's very, very pleased with himself, isn't he? Very pleased that he's just chopped that poor guy's neck nearly in two. But yeah, that is kind of like the first little duel. I think then we pull out other units, like this shipwright noble down at 8 men. I think it becomes like a bodyguard or something like that, just to protect the two heroes that we have. But we have plenty of men yet to still stand in. Dalian swords here wavering. But here we go. I think what's this? The Bardings down to 10 men. They're also getting pulled back. I think we're gonna have another little duel here. I think we're gonna see. Oh yes, we're gonna see another duel here going on. These Knights of the Silver Swan are going to come out, and they're going to face these Bardings and the Shipwright Nobles. So it's like 18... Yeah, that's 18 men against 23 men. So it's fairly even. Knights of Silver Swan are probably going to be healthier because they are... well, they're going to be healthier, but they're also going to be fresher as well. My, Bardings are tired, really tired. Don't know if these two heroes are going in as well. But Knights of the Silver Swan, yeah, they are now arriving. You can see. So yeah, this is kind of how we entertained ourselves for a good portion of this battle. Was just having little duels like this. See, they're just having a little standoff. Everyone's encouraging, popping encourage on both sides, and hopefully they go in a moment. Hopefully they go in a moment. And there we go. In they go. And yeah, our poor Knights of the poor Shipwright Nobles getting cut down here. They are not winning this fight at all. The Silver Swan winning that very decisively. Barding's down to 5 men, and so are the Shipwright Nobles down to 3. And yeah, these Knights of the Silver Swan are going to win this duel. It's going to be 1-1 on duels at this point, by the looks of it. Poor Barding's getting cut down. Down to 1 Barding in this unit. And he's dead. And there you go. And then in goes the Marksman of Dale. I decide to destroy any sort of treaty and truce when it comes to the duels, and I just overwhelm these poor guys. I was like, right, we're killing these odd Knights of the Silver Swan. They're getting killed off. They're not allowed to go back to their lines. And they're trying to retreat. They're down to 13 men. How many of them will actually get back? I'm not sure. They're getting cut down on the retreat. And there's a really cool little duel going on over here, I think, in a moment. About to see. Maybe not. I thought it was here, but maybe not. I might have missed it. There's a really cool little animation going on with a Vinland Guard, but it might be later on. Yeah, there we go. Those Knights of the Silver Swan, they die, and I kind of got a little bit of grief for that, but I didn't really care. It was quite funny just to do that. We all kind of have, it's just a laugh at this point, just kind of, we're all laughing and just kind of having a joke about these little duels. You can see we've got more shipwright nobles and Dalian swords here now ready to take part in future duels. I don't know what they're going to take part in against yet. There's not anything really low for the defenders. But I'm going to see you guys in a moment. I'm going to make another cut. Maybe till like the next little duels happen, or just till something else like memorable really happens. So I'll see you guys in a moment. So here we are here with the next duel, and I did honestly forget about this one, and basically they send out some Tarnosian marksmen to again fight some of our units, and they accidentally catch Legolas here, the lone Noldorian sword. I can't actually see him. I think he's on the ground. Yeah, he's on the ground still. He's getting up now. But yeah, so I was like, right, they can't hurt Legolas, especially when they weren't supposed to fight him. I think they were supposed to fight some of our like shipwright nobles or something. And yeah, so I sent in the Vinland Guard to execute them for this breaking of the truce. This time I felt like they broke the truce, so these guys get executed for trying to kill poor Legolas. I think Gimli gets out there just fine wherever he is. Where is Gimli? They're both over here. Look at this, Gimli and Legolas, best friends forever, still chilling. But yeah, so we basically just kill again of an entire unit of Tarnosian marksmen. I saw this as free real estate, just kill off these guys if they're going to break out their line here. At this point, look, you can see that these Fountain Guard down to 90 men. A gold chevron. They started on no chevrons at all, I believe. They are down to, they're up to a gold chevron. They killed so many men. These Tarnosian marksmen actually come out and carry on the fight. So I felt fully obliged to carry on this fight and killing these guys. So yeah, we'll just kill these guys off. These are really heavily armoured Vinland Guards, so this is really easy for them to do. And yeah, there you go, Tarnosian marksman breaking. And that's a big win. I mean, the numbers are really good for us. Actually, I said it's 900 against 600. It's 300 man advantage, and we haven't got anything to break these pikes. And also, about 100 of these men of ours are stuck on this wall, so it's about 800 versus 600, so it's actually not looking good on numbers at all. I take it back. We're actually more interested in doing these duels. That's probably why we're not losing, but not breaking through, because we keep pulling men out to come and fight over here. But yeah, there you go. And these poor guys just getting chopped up. Look at this fight, look at that. Oh, look at this. Look at this animation, that's really cool. He's just punching him. Oh, stabbed through the chest. Nasty, nasty. What a way to go. Well done, that Dalian sword. Absolute champ. And yeah, the encourage still pops off. There's still 28 minutes in this replay. So again, I will be making another like cut in a moment, but we'll enjoy watching the fight a little bit more. I know you guys enjoy seeing like some of the close-ups. Look at that Dalian officer. Never realized that the Dalian Lake Town Guard officer looks so cool. It's like bright purple and pink robes. It's insane. It's a really cool unit. Or like cool model. And once we break through all this, they still have these dismounted Imrahil Knights back here. It's such a pain. The pikes are the real trouble though. If we can break through them. Also, if we could kill this general. Because then that'd be both generals gone for both sides, and that might be enough to break them. Because it would have like then feel like army losses, both generals lost. That might be it. But yes, at this point we now have Aragorn has joined it. We have a single Bardings. We have a man, an elf, and a dwarf. We have the like the best part of the fellowship anyway. But yeah, so I feel like we were trying to get screenshots, and I was being a bit of a dick and just refusing to have my bard look the right way. But yeah, there we go. Looking the right way now. He's running off now. It's like, no, going back into combat. Yeah, here he comes. Looks glorious. Facing off against each other. Having a little old chat. Thinking about what to do next. And yeah, so these guys can now have a little duel, those three. Against maybe those two Knights of the Silver Swan. I feel like it's good odds. We've got more to risk because we named these guys. Gave them a name. And now we've got loads more stuff going in. I think I'm sending in literally everything now. This is kind of when I just send in everything. It's all or nothing. And yeah, who really cares at this point? We were just like, right, send them all in. And if they die, they die. But yeah, so I'm just going to fast forward a little bit. I mean, there's so much just in this choke point that just goes on. It's such a painful... just a painful grind. And we're just like watching as the pikes just kept on racking up kills. Like Noobnath, who was playing as Gondor, we're just like updating us every so often on the kills for these pikes. And it was so frustrating. Like all of these units here as well have encourage. So you can all just keep popping encourage to keep their morale high. And it's so frustrating. But yeah, I think I'm just going to like fast forward. I think to well, certainly to like the next duel. So I'll just keep it running. And but yeah, there's not really much that's going on at this point. It's just like I said, just a big old grind. Just watching as these units just try and find a way through past this nasty pike line. I personally think that the Citadel Guard are more frustrating because their big shields are stopping us getting at the pikes. Eventually, a pike line, like some units will just break through the pike line and actually get inside and will start to do some damage. And also the pikes get tired. So eventually they stop fighting effectively, but they're doing okay right now. I think they actually might be fresh. No, they're exhausted. They are actually exhausted. Good. Everything's actually exhausted. But yeah, the shields, the big shields, the Citadel Guard are saving them really. Over here you can see, I don't know what we're doing. I think we're just setting up our fellowship, just wanting them to like get some cool pictures or something like that. Not really sure. Just having a bit of a mess around with them, waiting for the next duel to take place. But yeah, it looks really cool. It's just, I love this. It's like when the Knights at Imrahil push forward. This is the general pushing forward, so we were like, yes, let's try and kill him. Good time to try and kill him. Maybe break their army. I was really happy when he did it. But struggling right now. They're actually getting a lot of kills, those Knights at Imrahil. There, yeah, they push forward. And they get a fair few kills. They're still really healthy. And they got encouraged and stuff like that. So they'll be fine. But yeah, I'm gonna make another cut, probably for the last 10 minutes, maybe like 5 minutes, just to see, like, to show you guys what goes on. But yeah, as you can see, we're not really making any headway at the moment. So I will cut until there's a bit more stuff going on. So see you guys in a moment. So we are back, and yes, the battle is not quite over, but I just thought I'd like show you what's going on currently. So these Gondor archers kind of broke out of here, like the Tarnancy marksman did, and came around and tried to fight the Fellowship, tried to go for a little snipe. They did actually succeed in killing all but this shipwright noble here, which is at this point was like a fake Legolas. I think we like named him Elrond or something like that. We got named fake Legolas then Elrond. So we avenged the rest of the Fellowship. Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas were killed. So now all the dwarves are dead anyway on the battlefield. And, I mean, the elves are basically gone as well. They only have a few units left. But yeah, at this point, nothing has changed. Like I said, nothing has changed. Still have the pikes in here. I mean, they are getting very close to the front line. And they are starting to get killed by the swords of Dale. But we are running out of men. At the moment, you can see Baron's power, 404 against 339. But again, remember, 100 of these men are stuck on this wall. So actually, the defenders outnumbered the attackers at this point and have the pikes. So it is looking like a little bit of a dire situation here. So again, I'm just going to fast forward and show you guys what really just kind of goes on. I don't really want to keep cutting. I do enjoy just showing you like what happens. So I'm just going to fast forward. And we'll just have it like this for a bit. Maybe just put in 4 speed. Nothing really major happens. It's just fun to watch the pikes and the stuff just stab away. If you've got to this stage of the video, I mean, if you have, then well done to you. I mean, my voice is dying at this point. But yeah, well done to you. And thank you very much for all your support. It has been really very much appreciated. It is going to be a long one, I know that. I don't often do long ones like this, but from time to time, do like to show off some really long and epic sieges. So this is obviously one of them. Comes down to the last 100 odd men. It was a really evenly matched battle, as it was at the beginning. It had 5,600 each. Yeah, we are just about to see who wins this one. The pike's really pushing forward here. It is literally down to my Dalian troops now. There's like barely any elves left. Well, I am actually doing a little bit of a flank on this side, or I was. You can see I'm still sort of flanking here. But the Knights of Imrahil are not allowing me to get out there. I think Knights of Imrahil, yeah, dismounted Knights of Imrahil, they're not allowing me to have any sort of joy there. The pikes are just pushing me back. Every sort of them, they keep using their like push forward ability, which they have, which is just so annoying. I mean, we are killing a couple here and there, but not enough to like break a pike unit. We need to kill a lot. We have no archers. Now would be a really good time to have archers, because they're starting to pull out of this like from this underpass. So it's a better angle now to get archers to fire over. Shame we don't have any. Obviously, is a big shame. But now would be the time. Even still, these Citadel Guard would probably hold quite a long time in their own. I mean, certainly with these numbers anyway. But who knows? Certainly we could do with taking out pikes or this general if you had archers. But I don't think we're going to have any sort of luck doing that. But as you can see, just carry on fighting in here. Don't mind their own business, just doing what they can. So many like men just dying on the ground, just wounded, and you're just standing on top of them. You're just like, no, get off me! There's literally a carpet of dead bodies under there. Literally our entire army like that we had left is basically died at this choke point. We've literally got, what is it, like 300 men left, and they're all dying. Like, yeah, we can see, just look at this. Look at this. I mean, a lot of Dol Amroth's troops have died here as well. They had about 3,000 men left, and they've lost 3,000 men in this choke point alone. So, I mean, that kind of shows you like the cost of this choke point for both sides was pretty costly. We both played it quite well. I think just some of those pikes is obviously the only thing they've got really over us at this point. On this side, though, there's no real pikes here, so if you had a shock infantry unit, you could probably push through against these spears and swords. But that's a lot of ifs and buts at that point. But as you can see, down to 5 minutes, and we're nearly at the end of this battle. Nearly at the end. Citadel Guard that's just an iron shield, like an iron, don't even know, like iron curtain I guess you could call it. But yeah, like look at, that's such a nice view of these guys cheering away again, popping it in courage and just making sure their men keep rallying, because Gondor did lose their general, so the Gondor player was a little concerned about losing his units to breaking. But I think this Dol Amroth general being around is also still helping, though he is losing now. So could the attackers do it? Could we just about snatch a victory from defeat? It's going to be close. These just not mounted Knights of Imrahil, just die already. Like if you died, then there's literally just, we can flank around a little bit and get behind these guys. But we're starting to break ourselves. These
men flee the field of battle.
these Dalian swords have just had enough. They're exhausted. Down to 50 men. They fought hard. That's a really good payoff, to be honest. These guys getting down to 50 men before they're going to shatter. So this one's down to 43. Yeah, my elven allies is broken now. They're fully gone. It's just myself and technically the dwarves, but the dwarves are gone really as well. They're stuck on that wall. So frustrating, that unit's stuck on the wall. I'm now falling back. I'm going to see if I can get the pikes to lure them out. See if we can flank them. Something I should have done a long time ago. Or lure this general out. That was the other plan. Lure this general out. And I think the next duel was to have these two go up against each other. These two units. These like Dalian swords go up against the dismounted Knights of Imrahil. Which I don't think the Dalian swords will win. They were very even. They were actually evenly matched. They had 37 each. You can see that already the Dalian swords are losing. I sent in my Vinland guards, so I was like, right, let's try and snipe this general. And my allies are having a good old laugh at this point, because they're like, typical Pope. Obviously, he's going to break the everything. I don't often always do it. It's always just a laugh. If we were like being serious about stuff, I would like keep to my word. But just having a laugh, and they'd won at this point. I decided we weren't going to break through this pike line. You can see the Imrahil Knights. They're going to flank around now as I re-engage this pike line. And In there, in go the Knights of Imrahil. Again, going to get a really good charge on the flank of these Dalian swords. And balance power is now finally in favor of the attackers. Oh, defenders, sorry. They have 230 against 191. And 91 of them are over there. So we have about 100 men left here. About 100 men. Here come the pikes and the spears are going to push up and attack me in the flanks. And for the last few moments, we'll just have it on normal speed. Have a bit of action. These poor Vinland Guard, they've been in there ages. They've been in it for the best part of an hour themselves. But yeah, they are having a really, really tough time. And there you go, my general has died. Look at this poor, like, Dalian sword. He's been pushed back and he's just been killed by a Knight of Imrahil. Poor man. I mean, my general's gone there, and that's going to cause everything else to break. My Dalian sword's broken, gone. Vinland Guard's now losing decisively. And that is just going to wrap up today's battle. So yeah, we could not do it. We could not break through this defense of Ethering. We broke through the first stage and the second stage with fairly good, like fairly easily. And then that was kind of it. So yeah, like the last few seconds are just us joking about who's going to concede. Because these axe warriors are still standing. But yeah, in a moment we should concede. But yeah, that was kind of the battle. You can see we'll just quickly lurk all the bodies down here quickly. But yeah, see the bodies down here. That is an insane amount of bodies. That is nasty. But we'll end the replay and have a look at some of the end results very quickly. So yeah, I was playing as Dale, as I said, and yeah, my Vinland Guards got 244 kills, did really well. My Rivannian Regents got 133. My Dalian Swords 162, which is not bad for them. 185 even better. Not Polearms. Shock Infantry only getting 73. Late Time Guards aren't great. My Bardings getting 196 kills. Best out of my archers. My cavalry here. This one got 40 kills. This one got 127, not bad. My RT getting 31. Then we have Celtic, who was playing as Erebor. His general only getting 43 kills. It's kind of a shock for his Grimhammer unit. Got pretty beaten up by archers early game though. Then Erebor Axe Warriors 205 kills, did really well. Some of them getting 0, some of them getting 205. His Grimhammer's only getting 155. Definitely could see them get more if used properly, possibly. Well, not properly, but like more effectively. He had a hard time obviously charging like choke points and stuff like that with pikes. It's obviously going to be a hard time using them there. Then his spears only getting 77, and his crossbows getting 201s, which is the best thing in his, actually no, second best thing in his army after the Axe Warriors. Then we have Azarian here playing as Lyndon. His Shipwright Noble's getting 132 kills. His Noldorian Sword's 235. And his cavalry getting 196, and his archers getting 112. So actually the best thing out of the entire army was this Vinland Guard here, 244. And then we have Nubnath, who's playing as Gondor. He got 119 kills with his Silver Guard, 304 with this one. And then he got his Fountain Guard, 131, 377, and 1,012 kills with his Fountain Guard. So there you go. That is the unit that got 1,000 kills. It's the gold chevron one in that choke point, which is obviously going to be the case because it was just stood for so long. It was so frustrating trying to break through. His archers getting 152 kills. There's the only one that did relatively well in his cavalry. Got stopped in like choke points against spears and only getting 66 kills. Then we have Aiden, who's playing as Dol Amroth. His general 252 kills. His Knights of Imrahil here only getting 72. His Dismounted Knights of Imrahil getting 200 kills here. His Sea Ward just did nothing. Haven Guard getting 226, which is pretty solid. His Spears getting 72 kills, no surprise. Spears just there for holding. His Archers did quite well, 171 kills, and his Cavalry 167 kills here. So not too bad either. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. That was a really long one, a really epic one though, and some great kills to talk about. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, subscribe if you're around here, and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss out on the next Rise of Mordor action. And until next time, Legionnaires,